The roar of the engine, the smell of burned rubber, the tension that grips the paddock. This was supposed to be the moment for Ferrari to roar back into form. Instead, the team dropped a bombshell of words from their own president, John Elkann, that hit the ears of Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton like thunder. Drivers who need to focus on driving and talk less. He didn't just whisper the message, he shouted it out, wrapped inside frustration and hope. It came after what was supposed to be a competitive weekend at the Brazil Grand Prix, but turned into a nightmare. Leclerc had qualified P3 and looked set for a podium, only to be taken out in a chaotic 3-wide incident into turn 1. Hamilton, starting from further back, was sideswiped and misjudged a move on the back of Franco Colapinto. His car left battered, the floor destroyed, the fight over. The result? Double non-finish for Ferrari, and them tumbling from second in the constructors' standings down to 4th. On one hand, you could say fortune just turned its back, but Elkann saw deeper. Brazil was a big disappointment, he said. In Formula 1, we have mechanics who are always first in performing pit stops. The engineers work to improve the car. The rest is not up to par. We have drivers who need to focus on driving, talk less, and we have important races ahead of us, and it is not impossible to finish second. He didn't mince words. The message was clear. The car, and the team behind it, is currently stronger than the drivers' unity. He even pointed to the sister discipline to underline his point. We won the endurance world titles in Bahrain. When everyone works together, we can achieve truly great things. That moment of triumph in the World Endurance Championship wasn't just about sports car glory. It was a mirror held up to how things could be in F1 if Ferrari truly united. Here, he implied, was the gap. On the track, their rivals were getting ahead because the team wasn't one. Leclerc and Hamilton, top guns both, had to stop talking shop, stop pointing fingers, or at least acting as though the fragmentation didn't matter, and simply drive. Imagine the scene inside Maranello, the mechanics breathing precision, pit crew like clockwork, engineers writing hundreds of pages of data. But two drivers, each a champion in his own right, may be steering in slightly different directions. Leclerc has delivered more consistent results this year, and even bested Hamilton in the intra-team skirmish. Hamilton, fresh from the saddle of a new car, a new team environment, openly admitted, "It's a nightmare. I've been living it for a while. The flip between the dream of driving for this amazing team and then the nightmare of the results that we've had." His words cut deeper than any tire failure. While he vowed to keep working with the team, "I'll come back as strong as I can in the next race," the damage had already been done in the standings. Elkann's guidance: less chat, more throttle. But beneath that surface lies a question. Why single out the drivers? Was this a personal poke at Leclerc and Hamilton, or a broader wake-up call to the entire Ferrari brigade? The president claimed the tone was motivational rather than punitive. His words, "When Ferrari is a team, we win." The implication, right now, Ferrari is not a team. The mechanics and engineers are firing, the chassis and pit stops show top form, but the drivers and the overall cohesion? Not yet. Hamilton, in his own post-race anguish, admitted as much. The ups and downs. It's challenging, and without unity, challenge becomes chaos. So the bombshell from Elkann reverberates. The drivers must focus on driving, talk less. The team must weld together. The story isn't just about one race. It's about what happens when giants coexist without alignment. Ferrari might have muscle, but does it have harmony? Because without harmony, even the fastest car becomes just another car. There's a saying in Formula 1, speed wins races, unity wins championships, and right now, Ferrari has one, but not the other. The fire in Brazil was just the latest explosion, but the fuse has been burning all season. Elkann's words weren't a passing comment. They were a signal flare, or maybe a warning shot. Because behind the politeness of press releases and the professionalism of paddock smiles, there's something simmering. Charles Leclerc knows what it means to carry the Scuderia on his back. Since 2019, he's been the poster boy of the red team, the prodigy, the promise, the one who bleeds Ferrari red. But with Lewis Hamilton now in the picture, a 7-time world champion with expectations as heavy as his trophy cabinet, the dynamic has shifted. Leclerc has outperformed Hamilton this year, no doubt. More consistent qualifying, more points finishes, more race pace. But Elkann didn't isolate Hamilton. He grouped them both, equally, under his sharp command to focus on driving. That tells you something. It's not about who's faster on a Saturday. It's about what's happening off track, the chatter, the politics, the pressure. And maybe Elkann is tired of the excuses. After all, when the World Endurance Championship team brings home both the Le Mans win and the hypercar title, what does that say about Ferrari's potential and Ferrari's missed opportunities in F1? This is the most important message, Elkann repeated, because Bahrain itself is the demonstration that, when everyone at Ferrari works together, we win. Now, here's the twist. This might not just be about driver discipline. It might be about leadership. Antonello Coletta, the man behind Ferrari's WEC success, was heavily rumoured to be a replacement for Fred Vasseur earlier this year. That coup never happened, but it lingered in the shadows. Now Vasseur's got a new 3-year deal. And Elkann? He just reminded everyone that results matter more than contracts. So where does this leave Hamilton? He's walking into a storm that was already brewing, and despite his legendary status, despite his humility in post-race interviews, there's no shield from criticism at Ferrari. "I really wanted to get them good points this weekend," he said, "but I'll come back as strong as I can in the next race." Those are the words of a soldier, not a superstar. But for how long will that attitude last if the car keeps braking and the president keeps firing warnings? And Leclerc? He may have the upper hand on paper, but he's under just as much scrutiny. This isn't the first time Elkann has hinted that internal division is Ferrari's Achilles heel, and Charles knows it. After all, he's lived through it. The 2022 strategy disasters, the 2023 development missteps, and now the 2025 pressure cooker. He's fast. But fast doesn't fix fractured. The Constructors' Championship still has 3 races left, 36 points separate Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull. Second place is still possible, but it's no longer just about speed. It's about whether this team can look inward and unite. Because if they don't, the fire Elkann lit with his words will either spark a comeback or burn this season to ashes. So what now? Do Hamilton and Leclerc truly hear the message? Will they silence the doubts with results? Or will the whispers of discord grow louder as the season reaches its climax? This isn't just a Ferrari story anymore. It's a psychological thriller set on the world's fastest stage. 2 drivers, 1 legacy, and a ticking clock. And as the lights go out on the next Grand Prix, every fan will be watching. Not just the race pace, but the body language in the garage, the radio calls, the post-race interviews. Will this be the weekend Ferrari finds its soul, or loses it completely? Let us know in the comments. Do you think Elkann's bombshell was exactly what Ferrari needed? Or did he just throw gasoline on an already burning fire?